The mentality, the fresh clock, the restart, what goes a lot of times for you as a competitor, what would go through your head when you had to go through that first part of the heat, get the restart, now you get the fresh clock?
I actually think it's it makes yourself feel a little bit more comfortable, because rarely ever you're going to have another slow part.
Has it really figured out? Because he's one guy who seems like he's always at the right takeoff spot at the right time. Taking off here, Caroline Marks is going to get going, and there's going to be no chance of a second restart here. We'll see if we have any takers here, and it's going to be Caroline again wide on this one. Finds a nice barrel, comes through there, and you talked about, you know, those wide westerly ones that paid off just there for Caroline Marks. First meaningful score is going to drop. Take a look at a replay, Caroline Marks.
Just a beautiful wave, just behind enough. Could have been a bit deeper. But after all that waiting, you just kind of want to make sure you start off on a strong note and have something to build on. But as you see right here, foot way in front of the wave, which in front of the board, which that's going to give way more stability. If you keep your back foot on top of the fins, it's going to be way more sensitive, so it's going to be harder to ride through all that energy that the barrel has.
Maybe thinking about switching up the technique to going strategy-wise on turns, and then all of a sudden, bang, you're right into the barrel. Here we go, Molly. She's going to grab from the wall, sticks it, driving through this, and she's a little too deep. Don't think she's making that one. Kipes, it's looking beautiful again. Nobody's really talking about it. Nobody's looking down at it, but they know exactly where it is, and that's exactly where you got to be when those sets come.
Thank you, Strider. Molly, quick to get another wave there, and just a pit ride for Picklum. And we're going to be waiting for 3 scores to set the situation in this heat, Jesse.
Just beautiful technique for her right there. And Molly here, just what I was mentioning, just manufacturing that score right there. That wave barely had any potential, but she was able to slow herself down using her body. Beautiful technique, keeping the chest open and high and just going through. Wider than everyone, waiting for that wave, and we see Caroline on a nug.
Oh, Caroline slips through that drop, gets into a beautiful barrel, maintains a difficult takeoff. There was a little bit of cavitation on the bottom for Caroline Marks. She was able to straighten herself out.
That was crazy.
Look at the replay here.
Start here, intensity on the takeoff, deep, coming out with open arms, just as wide as a wave get that tall. Beautiful surfing right there from her, and you're thinking like, wow, now she's sitting on the front. Beautiful technique, see her arms guiding her, Strider frothing on the channel.
But this is interesting. This was a difficult, she got a little cavitation right there on the takeoff, was able to push through.
Yeah, that wave just came with a lot of energy, and it held just enough to hit
and shoot through the tube. Molly Picklum here goes down and over on that one on some very, very shallow reef.
That was almost like the third wave of the set right there.
Here we go. Sawyer Lindblad drops into this one. Gets in the barrel, spit out for Sawyer Lindblad. That's what she was waiting for.
Are you kidding me?
That's what she was waiting for.
Once again, as coming from backdoor, that was impressive. Probably looking into a very good score.
And then this, Jesse.
Even more intensity, taller wave. Going through the foamer right there with the spit. I mean, that wave has to be close to Vahini's score, because the intensity of that drop had, starting with the spit already, getting very deep and coming out. That was beautiful.
Actually, that score coming out there eclipses Vahine Fierro. Sawyer Lindblad with an excellent 9.43. Strider, your vision on that?
My vision on that was absolutely incredible. I want to talk about the facial expression of Sawyer Lindblad after she rode through the foam out of the spit and was still standing there, and she looked out at me and she could not believe that she was still standing on her surfboard.
And there goes Caroline with the block. 5 seconds, likely not enough time for another wave to hit the reef and give Sawyer even a chance.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Caroline, coming into this event as the reigning champion from here in Tahiti, as well as the reigning world champion, is there any kind of different mental preparation that you come to Tahiti with, knowing that you have a great resume out here?
I think when I come to Tahiti, I just have really good memories here. I spent my 18th birthday here for the first time, and I won out here last year, and yeah, I just have really good memories out here, and it's one of my favorite waves in the world, and it's also one of the most challenging waves in the world for me, so, and now it's an Olympic venue, so it's, yeah, there's just a lot of good memories here and a lot of things to look forward to, but I guess with winning here last year, it just gave me a ton of confidence, and we have a lot better waves this year, though, so that's really exciting.
I've seen plenty of video of you out here getting barrel after barrel after barrel, but it's a different story when you have to compete in the confines of 35 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. It's really tricky. Like, you know, there's deep waves, there's waves that are like wide, and a lot of times when you're taking off on a good one, it looks like a closeout, which is really weird mentally. You're kind of like, you're looking at this huge wall of water, like, am I really going on this wave? But that usually means you're in a good spot. So, yeah, you know, the thing about Teahupo'o is the wave is so amazing. If you choose the right one, the wave does a lot of the work. You just have to really commit, which is the tough part, and really paddle and position yourself in the right place. But it's just such a magical wave, and it was really fun to just get some fun waves.
And lastly, you won the heat, but you got to give credit to Sawyer Lindblad getting the wave of her life right in front of you out there. Did that fire you up?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Sawyer. That wave was insane. I got a fun one, and I turned around, and she was on an insane wave, and so it's really cool. Yeah, she got the wave of her life and our heat, and yeah, I'm sure that'll give her a lot of confidence for the next round. But yeah, it was really cool to see, and shout out to her. That was an insane wave.
Well, shout out to you. Straight to the quarterfinals. Caroline Marks moves on.